Hey guys, Ravager here. Today we're going to do a macro tutorial. First of all, before anything, I'd like to talk about a manual stop casting macro, which is /stop casting. Basically what this allows you to do is when you've got Spirit Walker's Grace up, or you're casting a lightning bolt and a melee is on you, or you think a mage might counterspell you or something, then this will cancel your cast manually, allowing you to fake cast even when on the move, which is really helpful, especially since we don't have too much abilities to get away from people compared to the other classes anyway. The next macro I'm going to talk about is just my buff macro. It's nothing too important, you don't really have to use this. It's just /cast lightning shield, /cast flint weapon. What this does is it just applies your things really fast, like this. Just spam the macro and it'll put them all up. It might spam your lightning shield a few times, but well. The next one is Capacitor Totem. Now, I've added a stopwatch to Capacitor Totem for additional guidance. I haven't seen the add-ons or anything to do with it, but this is really helping me at the moment. It's just normal stopwatch macro, /stopwatch, /stopwatch4, /stopwatch play. Basically, what this allows you to do is put down capacitor, and it'll count down, and when it hits 0, the totem will go off like that. Now, it's on 4 seconds because I have the glyph, and for some reason, if I put it on 3 seconds, it starts on 2. So I put it on 4, so it starts on 3, if you get my logic in that. The next macro is Cleanse. This basically cleanses my partner in Arena. I've binded this to scroll down, so it just enables me to really quickly get rid of hex on someone or something. Same thing here, but for my healer, which I bind to scroll up. It's quite a good idea to bind really important macros to scroll up and scroll down, because they're just very close to your finger. Next is Earthbind. Now, as I was talking about stop casting before, if you learn to manually press stop casting and then a totem, then it will help a lot, because with this stop casting at the start, if you're not casting and you put down one of these totems that has stop casting in their macro automatically, then there will be delay on the totem. So for example, on a stop casting grounding totem one, which is also a very useful macro, say you're in a Nova, you're not casting anything, and you're 100% certain the mage is about to deep freeze you, and you put down grounding, and they deep freeze you a couple of milliseconds after you put down grounding. There'll be a delay, and the deep freeze will go through, and grounding will be on the other side of your deep freeze, and he can just ice lance that, and then, I don't know, one shot you by shattering you, because that really does take skill. No word of a lie. But yeah, if that's ever happened to you, it's not because you're putting down grounding late. It's because you probably got this at the start, but I have actually learned to do stop casting and then grounding, because I did notice that it was giving me quite a lot of annoying delay. Now onto my burst macro, which, as an elemental shaman, a burst macro is one of the things we love. It's /cast elemental mastery, which is a talent, but I've decided to pick it because it's pretty awesome right now. Now people say Echo the Elements is the best, but well, considering it adds more RNG to probably a million billion things we have that are RNG right now, it's just not my playstyle. Now /U14, which you should know by now, is Cataclysmic Gladiator's Badge of Dominance. If you want to count for some reason, it is 14. If you got it here, then just put 13 instead. /Use Volcanic Potion. That's for Battlegrounds or when you're dueling a Hunter or a Shadow Priest, because without it, there's no chance you're going to win, and probably with it, there's no chance you're going to win. Especially 85, I mean I can beat Hunters at 90, but 85 they just one-shot me. /cast Stormlash Totem. Obviously if you've seen my burst macro tutorial video, you'll see why this is in here. It's really good. Next macro is Fire Elemental. Basically, my reasoning behind this is it's a new macro I've decided to come up with, but in Arena, when you want to switch into something that has just become a viable kill target, you put this down and your pet will automatically go and start attacking. Now I mean you can bind it when your pet comes out to go and attack, but I mean if you could get it into one macro, I don't know if it's possible. I mean I know Hunter pets can do it, but this doesn't seem to work, that pet attack and all that. I don't want to wait a global cooldown to Flame Shock and then the pet goes after my target then, because it's just a bit too long for my liking. It also stops your pet from attacking pets. I mean my pet had a pet war with a monk pet once, which I mean, well, it's not really good considering the monk pet destroyed him. It's there. Focus Hex. /cast target equal focus hex. I mean, you should be pretty familiar with this macro, I suppose. But basically, what this will do is it'll hex your focus target as you're targeting someone else in arena. So if you're targeting a feral druid in arena and you've got the healer on focus, you press this, you won't untarget the feral, but it'll hex their healer, which is pretty cool. Focus purge, or purge as this says. Slash stop casting, so if you're in the middle of a cast and you see a Shaman or a Druid NS and you press this, it takes the NS away and they don't get a billion heal off and heal the DPS to full after all the hard CC points to them. Focus share, same thing with the stop casting if you can get used to not doing this, but it's really hard with wind share because I don't know, I just find it quite difficult to get used to doing it. But cast target equal focus wind share, same thing as hex what I've just explained, but it'll share their cast, which is pretty cool. Avoid displaying grounding totem, but this is an essential totem macro. You must have this if you don't have a manual one. I put this stop casting in just for video purposes. Next I've got a healing surge macro for 2v2 mostly, but also 3v3 if I ever needed it. It's basically just an off-heal macro. I find it to be, which is a weird little keybind, but I find it useful because you pretty much have to spam it. Say if someone's dying, you just spam it. Guaranteed to be able to full at the moment. I've already talked about manual stop casting, which is really amazing, I've got to admit. Next is just normal wind shear, stop casting, cast wind shear. Same thing with stop casting. You'll get a delay if you aren't casting when you press this macro, so if you can get used to not slash stop casting, then it'll help you out a lot. I mean, as an elemental shaman, you've got to do pretty much everything if you want to beat another class, because other classes don't have to do all this crap with stop casting. They might have to for interrupts, but not for bloody every spell, but whatever. It's what we have to do to defeat other classes. So yeah, this is it for my macros. I mean, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you could throw me a like and a comment on my commentary, that's what I'd really like, as I'm still trying to get used to providing good, entertaining commentary stuff. So yeah, those are my macros. I mean, there's not too many compared to like my warrior or something. Oh, that's another thing. If you want me to do warrior videos on MoP, I mean, there's already so many warrior YouTubers like out there and stuff. But if you ever want me to do that, just for a bit of variation or whatever, or to watch some cool music and me drag and drawing, no scale one-shotting people or something, which I mean about 50 people have done by now. But yeah, I'll stop rambling now. So yeah, if you've enjoyed the video, subscribe, comment, like, favourite, share, then do that again on about 5 other accounts and we're good to go. Right, so yeah, I'm out, bye.